Hey, what's going on? Jamie Laszlo here from Sea of Tranquility. And today I thought we'd do something a little bit different. I was talking to Pete yesterday. I texted him, and he said that he got a lot of requests. He's been getting a lot of requests from viewers, and they're asking, hey, what do all you guys use to listen to music? What CD players do you have? What turntables do you have? What speakers? What receivers? And I don't think anyone ever addressed that before. I wanted to address it a little bit today, but the main reason for making this video is I've been looking for a new CD player. I have one. It's an old Technics from the 90s. It's kind of cool the way it looks, and it lights up, but it's acting up. Sometimes it'll open in the middle of playing. Sometimes it'll open just while the power's turned off. And it's on its last leg. So I've been going to thrift stores. I've been looking on Marketplace. This is actually my third model, just like this. I've gone through two already, just like this one. Those two broke. I was able to find replacements on Marketplace or thrift stores. So I can't find a fourth one. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to thrift stores. All I'm seeing is those 5-disc changers. Most of us had those in the 90s, and they're just boring. You know, you throw a rock and on the Marketplace, and there's 10 of them's going to pop up. You go to the thrift store, and they're going to have 2 of them on the shelf, probably without a remote too. So I said, you know what? It's been months looking for a new CD player, so I'm just going to buy a badass one. Well, something that's supposed to be badass. So I took the plunge, and I spent a lot of money on a freaking CD player. How much money do you ask? Well, with shipping, the whole thing came to about $700. 18 months to pay it off. I got 18 months to pay it off, which comes to about $40 a month. So that's doable. But let's take a look at what I'll be hooking this up to. I'm going to open up the box. I haven't even opened anything yet. And I'm taping this on my phone so I could edit all these little segments together into one video. But let's take a look. I'm going to take you with me. Forgive me if the camera's a little shaky. So this is what I got. My turntable is just a project. I don't even know what exact model it is. I've had it for so long, but it's nothing super fancy. I think it was like new, maybe $350, and it works fine for me. It's fine. And I got the super duper blue needle in there to make everything sound a little bit better. Sony receiver. I had to get this recently because the one I had caught on fire because my ceiling was dripping about 7 months ago. And the water went into the receiver, and there was a fire going on into the receiver. If I wasn't here to catch it, my house might have burnt down. Here's the old Technics, which I really won't need anymore, but I might still keep it here because it's covering up a bunch of wires back there. Take this away, and all those wires hanging that's connecting everything up into the TV and everything will be exposed. So I just might keep it there because these lights are pretty cool anyways. And then my old Technics tape deck. Kind of a scratch there, but it works fine. Sounds great. So that's what I have. And my speakers, I have 5.1 surround sound in the bar, which means 5 speakers and a subwoofer. Subwoofer is the 0.1, I guess. And my speakers are, what is it, German? Clips, however you say it. So I have 4 of these. Left, right in the front, left, right in the back, and my center speaker, I love this thing. I'll tell you why. So my center speaker is nothing super fancy, but why I love that thing is, remember Radio Shack? Well, there was a Radio Shack in my area. It was right next door to a Kmart. So 2 dinosaurs next to each other. Neither one's there, of course, anymore. And I went into the Radio Shack, and I think the store was closing for good in maybe 2 weeks, maybe a week. And everything was dirt cheap. And I saw all this open product on a table, and it almost looked like a garage sale. And I saw that speaker for like, I don't, dirt cheap, couple bucks. And I'm going to tell you what, at the time, and this was probably 20, close to 20 years ago, I didn't even know really what it was. It just looked like a cool speaker for $5. So I grabbed it. Later, I figured out that it's the middle speaker for a surround sound unit. So that's what I use. And why I like it so much is just like, it calls out to the past. You know, it's a relic from Radio Shack. So it's just kind of cool to have there. So that's what I use to listen to my music. And the bar is kind of little, so all this with my subwoofer down here, I actually have to keep this kind of low because it will shake the house. So that's what I got. What I will be using or adding to it, now this is low, and as you can see, exposed wire, not a fan of that. No. I'm going to put the CD player, my new one, under this, raise it, and that will all be covered up. So here's the box. It just came in. It was not supposed to come today. Today is Friday. I paid extra to get it today on Friday. And then I got an email saying this morning, it's going to be late. At least they said they were going to refund me my extra $25 I paid to have it delivered early. So I was all bummed. And then the FedEx person just showed up and dropped it off. And I was like, ooh, surprise, it's here. It still says on the Best Buy website that it hasn't been shipped yet. So maybe I get my 20 some bucks back. That'd be cool. So I'm going to set down the camera. And we're going to open this up together. And there's a second box here, and I don't even know what the hell's in there. Remote, maybe? Or the wiring? No, or something else. Maybe that's a separate thing. It has nothing to do with this. So I'm going to set down the camera, and then we're going to open this box together. All right, so what do we got here? We got a Marantz CD 6007. So, I did a little bit of research on this. When I say a little bit of research, our power went out a few nights ago at 1:30 in the morning, and it woke me up because the fan turned off and I need a fan to sleep. And while it was out for about an hour and a half, I was like, I'm going to do some research on CD players. This one, everybody said on YouTube or in user reviews or whatnot, websites, all your CDs, you'll rediscover them. You'll go through your whole collection again, like all the CDs are new because they'll sound so much better, and it'll be like listening to them for the first time. Well, hook, line, and sinker, it got me. And I busted out my Best Buy credit card at about 1:15 a.m. and I bought the son of a bitch. So, gonna open the box. Yeah, that other box was something else. It just came FedEx. It just happened to come via FedEx too. So it had nothing to do with this. Not very often I get FedEx packages, and I got two in one day at the same time. So again, this was supposed to come sometime between tomorrow and Tuesday, and it ended up coming today. Yay! So there's the box. Now it's got the remote. I need the remote because I listen to CDs as I work, and I sit over there and the CD player's over there, and when the phone rings or I need to call someone, I need the remote to pause it. And there's the battery. So we'll set this aside, put it over here. The cord and the RCA cord. That's what you call this, right? The red and white. So, and then it looks like there's another cable in here to hook it up. We'll see what that's all about. I have a better RCA cord coming tomorrow from Amazon, like gold. I don't know if it really matters, but it was $5. I went ahead and bought it. You already spent $700 on the CD player. What's an extra $5, right? Styrofoam, the manual. So there you go. Again, guys, I can hook this up and it could sound exactly like my old 90s CD player, and I won't notice a difference, and I'll be pissed and then debating, is it something worth returning or do I just keep it? Because I think it's going to look cool on the shelf, but is looking cool worth all this money? I think it's going to sound pretty damn good. There, oh, it's a heavy son of a bitch. So there's your slick looking shiny, all metal up front. Looking pretty badass. I think it's going to look really good underneath the turntable. And here's the thing. I had a cassette deck underneath my turntable, but the cassette deck wasn't wide this way. It's as wide this way, but it wasn't as deep, I should say. So the turntable had a hard time being steady on the less deep cassette player. So I had to rig it so that it wouldn't tilt the turntable on top. My turntable should fit nice on top of this and be level. So I'm going to hook this son of a bitch up. Let's look. The back. There you go. And you see the left and right outputs here. I think they're far apart so you don't get, I don't know, so they don't interfere with one another or something like that. I don't know. You got the optical output I could use, but I doubt there's going to be much difference in what output you use. So hopefully this bad boy just sounds good with regular RCA cables. All right, so I got some work to do, and I will be back, guys. And we'll see what we do in the next little segment here. Well, guys, I hit a snag. We're going to call this snag number 1 because I expect more to come. So I measured, I got the dimensions for this thing, and I made sure that it would fit on my shelf. However, look at the power cord, how far it comes out. It comes out another 2.5, 3 inches, which pushes it forward, which makes it not fit on my shelf. The little feet on the bottom are not getting on the shelf. The feet in the front are not getting on the shelf. So what I think I'm going to have to do, guys, I think I'm going to have to cut a hole in my drywall and get this cord into there. Now, with my luck, there's going to be a stud there. With my luck. All right, let me go get a knife. All right, well, there it is. It ain't pretty, but it's in there. And it's fitting. The problem is that drywall, man. Cut a little bitty hole and look at how much dust. And as soon as you think you got it all, it just appears, more appears. It's like milk when you spill milk. It just splatters everywhere. So let me get all this dust up. There's a bunch on the floor too. So let me work on this. All right. So I got the son of a bitch in. Plugged in. There's a little bit of wire exposed there. I'm going to work on that. But I'll tell you what. I was talking to Stephen Reed today. And he said, believe it or not, he asked me, well, what kind of CD player did you get? Because I brought it up in a chat. And I told him. And he said he has the same exact one, believe it or not. And his might be white. Because he took a picture of it. His might be white. And he said he loves his. He said it's a big upgrade from the CD player he had before. And the one he had before wasn't a bad CD player. So I'm excited. Well, let's see if the son of a bitch turns on. All right. It's on. So I got to put a disc in there. And I got to see how it sounds. God, I hope it sounds good. Obviously, I can't play music on a video because, you know, copyright and all that bullshit. So I'm going to play something and I'm going to get back to you guys and I'm going to give you my honest reaction / review of how this sounds, how I have it set up at the moment, which is just regular RCA chords, the red, the white in the back going into my receiver. So, all right, I will be back. Snag number 2. So this receiver is very picky. If the speaker wires are not put in exactly how it wants those speaker wires to be put in, it turns off when music plays. It says it's protecting the system of some kind of shortage or whatever. So the wires, I know I'm going to pull this out and the speaker wires are going to look fine because I barely touched anything here, but this has happened before. They're going to look fine. I'm just going to wiggle them. I'm going to take them out. I'm going to put them back in, and it's going to think that they're in better for whatever reason. So I have to do that with all 5 speakers. And then put it back in, and then try to play music on this CD player. Again, I guess pulling some things out, touched one of the speaker wires, and it came a little loose or something. I don't know, but this is how things roll in this house. Nothing's easy. Nothing's easy. There'll probably be a snag number 3. Hey guys, so I got it all playing. I got it set up, and what I did was I thought, what would be a good test here to see, you know, did I waste $700 on a CD player that I really didn't need? Look, I didn't need it anyways. I understand that. But was the $700 worth the upgrade from my cheap little one from 1995 or whatever? This model has gotten me through years of playing music and enjoying music. I love this little thing. And it looks cool. See, when it's spinning, it looks cool. So here's the new one. So is it worth the money? This is what I did. So I didn't want to play a remastered CD in my new player because I didn't want my ears to be tricked into thinking it sounds great when it's just the newer remastered version of an album I know. So I grabbed a very old CD that I've had for most of my life, and I wanted the CD to be sonically great. And I think The Wall sonically is just a perfect album. So, and I have more than one copy of The Wall. I actually have 3. So this is the Wall CD that I bought in 1986. So this thing is old, right? 40 years old almost. So what I did is I put the old CD that's probably not very loud in the new player. And then I have this Pink Floyd box set where all the it has all the Pink Floyd albums, and they all sound better than this. So The Wall in here, I already tested this a while back. This Wall and all these CDs sound better than the old ones from the 80s or 90s or whatever. So I put the box set Wall in the old player, like a handicap. You know, put the better one in there, put the old one in the new player. And then I went back and forth because they're both hooked up. And I got to tell you that this, what is it, Marantz? Is that how you say it? Marantz? M-A-R-A-N-T-Z. CD 6007. This fucking player is magic. It's magic. I played The Wall my old wall on this first before I went to that version of the wall. And I had them both playing at the same time. That one's still playing. And I went back and forth on the knob. This sounded so good that my brain told me, this sounds good. But you probably just have the volume up, Laszlo, or it's the placebo effect where you think it sounds better than what this sounded. So let's go. I switched the knob to this one playing. Yes, this is much louder, but there's also these speakers always had a bit of treble in them. Holy crap, these speakers are pumping out some bass now. Not even without the subwoofer, not even including that. These speakers got some bottom end going now, and there's a warmth there, and it's obviously louder. This, all of a sudden, within a matter of seconds, I said to myself, how have I been listening to this piece of shit all of these years? Within seconds, I thought that. And even like Another Brick in the Wall Part 1, where there's that echo, where Roger Waters goes, memory. You can kind of barely hear the reverb and echo on the old player. On here, it just lasts for a lifetime. It just lingers. Memory. Almost like surround sound without surround sound. So, yes, this player, it looks cool. It's smooth when it opens. It just looks slick. It looks expensive. I mean, you can get CD players for well over $1,000, $2,000, whatever. I find it hard to believe that any of those, well, I found it hard to believe that any CD player was going to be better than any other CD player. A laser is a laser, right? Well, I guess I was wrong. This has in it, what does it have in it? A DAC? Digital to analog converter? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what that stands for. And I believe this has one in there. And that is probably what gives the music the warmth effect, you know, less sterile like you would get from CDs and CD players. What people always complain about when they say vinyl's better than CDs, there's a warmth to vinyl. Well, this thing gives your CDs that warmth without the surface noise. So, would I recommend you guys out there watching this video to go drop all this money on this player? I mean, it depends. It depends on how much music you listen to, how much you care. If you got an extra, if you finance it, if you got an extra 38 to 40 bucks lying around a month and you just want to give it to Best Buy, 18 months, same as cash. So I'll pay it off sooner than 18 months because I'll get tired of those payments. So I would say if you care enough and you got the extra cash once a month to pay it, yeah, do it. And if you gotta have a decent stereo system too. I think if you didn't have 5.1 and you just had two speakers like stereo, I think you would still notice the difference if you had decent speakers. Now, I think it's going to do an improvement no matter what system you have. You know, if you have an inexpensive little stereo, it's still going to give you that oomph. But I don't know if that oomph is going to be enough without, you know, halfway decent speakers and stuff. So there's some deciding factors there. But if you've been thinking about it, and if you always wondered, is one CD player is as good as the next, right? Well, that's what I thought too. No, this thing's a beast. It's a monster. And the reviews are right. It does make you want to go through every CD and say, ooh, what does this sound like now? I mean, because if this old thing sounds fresh and new, my God, what are the remastered Rock Candy CDs that I've been buying? What are they going to sound like? You know what I'm curious to hear now? And I haven't listened to it yet because I was waiting to get this player dropped off. I got the Rock Candy remastered of, I think, maybe the best produced album of the 80s, Dawkins' Under Lock and Key. I just love the way that album sounds. And the original CD I have from like 1988 or something, okay, that's probably going to sound good. I'm going to put the Rock Candy version in here, and I'm going to listen to that CD for the first time, that remastered for the first time on this monster of a CD player. And I bet you that the opening of, what is it? What is the first song on that album? Unchained the Night? I could be wrong. I bet you it just shakes the fucking walls. I can't wait to do it. So maybe I'll do that and I'll put it in the comments below that, you know, if it was as cool as I expected. You know what? Fuck that. I'm going to pause this and then I'm going to do it and then I'll get back to you. Well, guys, I wish you could all be here listening to this thing. I'm giddy. So what I did was, for shits and giggles, I put the original CD that I had. Who knows when this was pressed? Early 90s, late 80s, whatever. I put it in my old CD player. And then I put the Rock Candy remastered in the new one. And I hit play on the new CD player first. And that chime that comes in right at the beginning of Unchained the Night, it's like Big Ben. Boom! I jumped back. All right, I jumped back when it hit. Oh, and the guitar and that hum of the keyboards in the song, just rattling the place. Then I went to the shitty CD player. It's not a shitty CD player. I love you. Don't worry. We're getting a divorce. I found a new woman. Nothing, man. You're just enjoying the song because it's a good song, but sonically, whew, man, this CD player is pumping out magic. It's pumping out magic, and that guitar note that George Lynch hits right before Don Dokken comes in singing. Oh my goodness! It was like hearing it for the first time. Hearing that note for the first time on this CD player. So yes, I got what? I don't know how many CDs. 4,000 CDs. This makes me want to just start with ABBA and go to ZZ Top. That's what this thing makes me want to do, and just listen to even the shitty CDs that I have that I don't like anymore, and just play them all. Yeah, it just makes me want to play them all. So this is going to be fun because I work down here. I play a lot of music while I work. So you know what? It's Friday. Tomorrow we'll be out on the deck. Saturday all day for the pool. But you know, it's going to be 92 and sunny, and we don't have maybe one more of those left this year. So I got to take advantage of it. Sunday I can be down here, but I'll probably just end up watching movies too for most of the day. But Monday, I won't have a case of the Mondays. I'll be excited to get down here, work, and crank this beast. So, yeah, I recommend it, guys. I'm not going to sit here and not recommend it. So, get yourself one of these players. Marantz. Marantz. Yeah, that's what we need upstairs in the kitchen. Marantz. CD player, CD 6007. Try to find one on, I don't know, an open box for $75 less. So, that's it, guys. There's my review. Check us out on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, and all that stuff. And you know, we got the Cameo for Pete, and we got all that other stuff to become a member, and the merch, and the Ko-fi link, and that's it. And the review crew. I don't know when this is posting, because I got to edit all this together. But if this posts before the review crew on Saturday, what's the date today? Saturday the 15th? Check it out. Check it out. If this posts after the review crew, go back in time. Go back in time and check out the review crew, because we are going to be talking about 1987. Yeah, albums from 1987. So I got my two, and one of them is going to be a classic album that barely gets talked about on this channel. It's hard rock, and it's, you know, a major band, and it never gets talked about on this channel. You can probably figure out what it is. So until then, guys, I will see you. Buy this CD player.